The heavy wooden doors of the Central City Court creaked open as the guards dragged Ethan Cole inside, his hands cuffed in steel. The once respected police officer was now a condemned man, accused of murdering a senator's son in cold blood. The courtroom buzzed with whispers. Some pitied him, others spat curses under their breath. At the center, Judge Raymond Kessler sat with stern eyes, the gavel resting on his desk like a weapon ready to fall. The jury had already declared their verdict guilty. Tomorrow morning, Ethan was scheduled for execution by lethal injection. But in the shadows of the courtroom sat someone, or rather, something that would change everything. A German shepherd named Max. Ethan's loyal canine partner from his police days lay still. Max had been silent since Ethan's arrest, allowed only once in a while to see him. Today, the dog's amber eyes burned with an intensity no one could explain. Ethan stood tall despite the weight of his chains. "To your honor." His voice trembled but carried a strange calm. "I did not kill Thomas Weller. I was framed. The evidence was planted." Judge Kessler adjusted his glasses coldly. "The jury has spoken. You had motive, opportunity, and the murder weapon was found in your car." "Enough lies." Ethan clenched his fists. "That gun wasn't mine." "My partner." Before he could finish, Prosecutor Alicia Vane slammed her file shut. "Your Honor, the condemned is wasting the court's time. His execution is tomorrow. Let him accept his fate with dignity." The audience nodded. But in the back row, Max growled low, almost as if he understood the injustice. That night, in the prison holding cell, Ethan knelt beside Max. The guards had reluctantly allowed the dog to see him for the last time. Ethan pressed his forehead against Max's. "They're going to kill me tomorrow." "Buddy, I wish you could tell them the truth. You were there. You saw who pulled the trigger." Max's ears twitched. His body stiffened. For the first time, Ethan saw something almost human in his dog's gaze, a storm of thought, emotion, and something unearthly. In a whisper only Ethan could hear, a voice emerged, not from the air but inside his mind. "I can speak." Ethan froze, tears flooding his eyes. What? Max's jaw moved low and guttural, yet forming words. "I saw the killer, and tomorrow the world will too." The next morning, the courtroom was packed again. Journalists filled every corner. The nation was eager to witness Ethan's final appearance before his execution. Ethan was brought forward, pale but strangely resolute. Max was at his side, aloud as a last wish. Judge Kessler raised the gavel. "Mr. Cole, you have one final opportunity for any statement before your execution is carried out." Ethan's lips curved into a faint smile. "Yes, Your Honor, but it won't be me speaking today." The judge frowned. Murmurs spread. Then it happened. Max stepped forward, his paws clicking against the marble floor. The courtroom went silent. And then, in a deep, resonant voice that shook the walls, Max spoke. "Ethan Cole is innocent." Gasps erupted. A woman fainted. Reporters dropped their pens. Judge Kessler stumbled back, his face pale as death. The gavel slipped from his trembling hands and clattered to the floor. He fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what he had just witnessed. This is impossible," he whispered. But Max continued. His voice was steady, almost regal. "On the night of Thomas Weller's death, I was there. Ethan never pulled the trigger. The killer was none other than Detective Marcus Hale, Ethan's partner. He framed Ethan to protect the real conspirators." Gasps turned to shouts. People screamed Marcus's name. The prosecutor shook her head violently. This is a trick, some ventriloquist act." But Max turned his eyes to her, glowing like embers. "You, Prosecutor Vane, you knew of the cover-up. You silenced witnesses. Do you deny it before God and man?" Her face drained of color. She staggered back, speechless. The judge gripped the edge of his bench for support. The air felt thick, charged with something beyond earthly law. Max's words poured out like a torrent of truth. "I smelled the gunpowder on Marcus's hands. I tracked his footsteps. I followed him to the senator's mansion that night. You buried the evidence, but I did not forget." Suddenly, the doors of the courtroom burst open. Officers dragged in Detective Marcus Hale, now under arrest after an overnight. Investigation had uncovered hidden files, linking him to the crime. The timing was too perfect. The dog's testimony had been proven true before anyone could even argue. The jury members clutched their heads. The prosecutor collapsed onto her chair, shaking uncontrollably. And Judge Kessler, once unmovable, now knelt in tears. My God, we nearly killed an innocent man. Ethan's chains were struck off. For the first time in months, he felt the air of freedom. Reporters rushed him, but he only knelt before Max, hugging the dog who had saved his life. "Thank you, brother," Ethan whispered. Max's eyes softened. "It is not just for you. Truth is for all. But now my time here is short. Speaking to men comes at a cost." Ethan shook his head desperately. "No, please, stay with me." Max licked his face gently. "I was given this gift only to deliver justice. Soon I will be silent again, but you must live. Live clean, live brave." As the sun set through the stained glass windows of the courtroom, Max lay down, resting his head on Ethan's lap. His voice faded, the gift of speech gone, but his loyalty eternal. News of the speaking dog spread across the world. Some called it a miracle, others a mystery. Scientists demanded studies, priests called it divine intervention, but Ethan never cared for the debates. For him, it was simple. His dog had spoken when no one else would. Justice had been saved, not by man, but by the loyalty of a friend. And though Max never spoke again, his silence was louder than the lies of 1,000 men.